Just less than 2 years ago, every single day I would wake up and look in the mirror. I hated myself. I hated every single aspect about my life, whether that was socially, physically, emotionally, spiritually, anything, any aspect of my life. I hated it. I hated myself deep down inside. I had nothing going on for me. I had nothing. Like I said, whether that was mentally, physically, emotionally, I had absolutely nothing. Didn't care about my education, didn't care about my future. I had nothing. Absolutely nothing. And you know what was even worse about having absolutely nothing? When I would look into the mirror and look at myself and think deep down inside, what if you never change? What happens? Am I just gonna sit here? Am I gonna die? Am I gonna go to prison? Like, realistically, what's gonna happen? Because my dreams aren't gonna happen. I don't have any dreams. I have no goals. I had no ambitions. I had no drive. I had no discipline. I had no motivation. I had nothing. All the people I surrounded myself with were fake. And even if they weren't quote unquote fake, they weren't the people I should have been hanging out with. Alright? Who did I used to be? I mean, to be real with you, the reality of my life was I would wake up, and from the time I was like 13 to, well, let's just go back deeper. Let's go into 7th grade. Okay, so in 7th grade, I would like wake up, and I always felt like a misfit in school. I always hated myself. I always felt like the quote unquote weird kid, you could say. Alright, so I'd go to school, and I would always, ever since I was really young, I would always really emotionally get hung up on women for some reason. And like to this day, I still do. Like, I still do. Very badly. I really need to look at that part of myself more. But that's not the point. And I would get emotional. I really was fond of this one girl. And yada yada yada. But I had bad mental health problems since a kid, essentially, I guess. Because after I got attacked by a dog is kind of when all this shit started going down, really, now that I think about it. But, whole different topic, different video, different story. But I would get hung up on these girls, bro, and I would start acting really bad. And I would genuinely get to the point where, like, I would do self-harm, and I would not want to be at school. I wouldn't want to be, bro, I just didn't want to exist type shit. Like, I wanted to kill myself back then. If I'm being real, I just wanted to die. So I would have to go to school and see this girl, and like, you know, it's 7th grade, dude. It's puppy love. But for some reason, my little dumbass was so hung up on it. And oh, I'm sad. So I would go to the counselor. Well, anyways, I ended up like going to Valley. If you know what that is, you know. Fucking dude, listen. Whole different video topic, but like, I just kind of want to say, like, throughout my whole life, dude, like, that mentally shit has always fucking ate me up, like, genuinely. Like, I've always struggled with that. Like, even to this day, I definitely do not struggle with it near as much, or hardly ever. But is there times where it has crossed, like, not really, but like, can it still? I'm sure it still could. So it's always best to stay on my shit, stay on 10 toes, really try to become the best person you could be at all times, and control your mind. I'll later get in this video, but I wasn't controlling my mind. I was young, but even like throughout the teenage years, and when I switched schools, and you know, I didn't care about that girl anymore. I was young. I didn't even really do anything with her. She was more just a friend, really, and really the first female friend I ever had. But a whole different thing. But I moved schools, bro, and I met my girlfriend that I dated for like a long time, the serious one. And I went to this school, bro, and like, genuinely, I would go to school every day, and it was fucking terrible. Like, okay, I used to make rap music. It's a little fucking cringe, you know? And I grew up, like, I was living in Boonville, Arkansas, a predominantly fucking white area, making rap music. So, you know, that turned out like a fucking pork chop at a Jewish festival. Yeah, that's how that shit turned out. Not too swell. So I got like made fun of and, you know, ridiculed for that quite a bit, which, whatever, not really the main problem of my shit, but I just didn't like school. And I had moved from my other school, and the only person that still talked to me was Dakota. And fucking, so he was pretty much my only fucking friend. And then I met this new girl, my only friend there. So I'm going to school every day, just doing my shit. And like, dude, I'm just like deep down inside, bro, I'm so fucking depressed, bro. Like, I don't know what to do with my life. So I resort to drugs, bro. Like, to be real with you, I resort to hanging around the wrong crowd. I resort to hanging around the wrong people. And like, I mean, I didn't do anything crazy, bro, but like, started hanging around people I shouldn't have, started doing things I shouldn't have, and this later would like lead this girl to break up with me. Okay, so me doing all these things was a result of that. And throughout high school, even when I would go to school, I'll be real with y'all, I like to keep it as authentic as I can in these videos. There was days like where genuinely I would get called, like, people who went to high school with me low-key kind of know this shit, but I would like genuinely get called up to the office, bro. I am so sorry to any faculty or staff or anyone, like, genuinely from the bottom of my heart for the way I acted in the past. I am genuinely sorry, but I used to be a terrible fucking human being, dude, and I would like go pop off on these poor teachers, bro, like terrible, bro. Not flip, like, I'm not gonna lie, there was one time where, I'll give you an example of how bad I was socially. I used to be. I walked into class, and honestly, dude, I don't even remember how this started, but I walked into class, and you know what makes me feel even worse about this? Dude, her husband was literally my favorite teacher of all time. Got that man's name in my classroom. I feel bad for that. I don't even really, like, I don't even feel, like, it's not why I feel the most bad because it was his wife. Like, I feel bad for her the most, obviously. Dude, I shouldn't have done this. But anyways, besides the point, I essentially, bro, woke up. This is just an example to show y'all how bad I was. I woke up, first period, bro, class. Going to this teacher's class, and she picks on me about something, bro. Like, she directly said, or no, she didn't directly pick on me. That's cap. Now that I think about it, nah. She said something, and I was like, I don't know why you always, and I just straight up popped off on her, like, started boom, and then she said something back, and I like started like fucking hitting shit, dude. I would like freak out, bro. Like, I would genuinely like cause problems, like dead ass. And that's what I was talking about like earlier when I was saying I would get called to the office and shit. It was because I would freak out on these teachers, bro, when I was like 16, 15, so freaking bad. But like dead ass, low-key 12 had to get involved. Like, not completely, like they didn't, but dude, I remember the school resource officer. He was a really great guy. Honestly, I talked to him still to this day every now and then. Love that guy. But he even like warned me back then, and I used to be a fuck to him too. I'm surprised, like, thank God that guy somehow has like the forgiveness in his heart to forgive the way I used to treat him. But no, he even like gave me a warning, like, dude, if you keep doing this, like, your ass is gonna get a fat ticket or go to jail, court at the minimum. Like, you cannot do this. This shit is illegal. And I was terrible, bro, in school, and that's the reason everybody hated me. And that shit was just more reflection on myself. And if you think about it, people, so we talked about this in my sociology class, bro. People, and it's also like psychological. So if people view you a certain way, you are going to start viewing yourself that way to a certain extent. Like, you will, if people think this and it, not necessarily if they think that, but if it gets to the point where it becomes self-belief. So like, if somebody thinks something about you and it gets to the point where like, okay, I'm starting to think this about myself, that is going to fuck with the neuroplasticity in your brain. And that's going to rewire the way you're thinking about yourself. So instead of like being like, oh, giving a damn about what these people think, oh, these people hate me in high school, I should have been like, yo, my brain hasn't developed, it wasn't developed enough, I wasn't mature enough yet, but I should have been looking back on it thinking, okay, how can I change this? How can I, first off, I shouldn't have been doing that, but we'll later get into how can I be changing this. So obviously, like I had previously mentioned, that girl broke up with me. So this was really the biggest breaking point for me. I don't want to go in too much detail, but in this video, there's other videos, and I'm going to make more in the future on going into grand detail. But she left me, bro. And when she left me, bro, it wasn't like, oh, my girlfriend's just leaving me. So I said I wasn't going to go into grand detail, but you know what? It's whatever. She said that she wasn't going to break up with me, right? Because it was like her mom was making her do it, essentially, because I was doing bad things. Like, essentially at first, because it's some high school bullshit. So her mom's making her do it at first. So the first week, she's like, yeah, I don't want to break up with you. And, you know, a week or two goes by. No contact from Dakota, by the way. Like, do not talk to this dude. I don't even care that I'm name dropping. It's whatever, dude. I know dude does not have the funds to sue me. So, currently at least, hopefully he doesn't get it. But don't sue me, dude. You already fucked me over hard enough. But anyways, yeah, dude, he got with her, I would assume, like in those 2 weeks when she was like still like fucking lingering me on. And then one day, because in my mind this whole time, me and Haley had no fucking contact, dude. And me and the bitch I was dating, Haley, we had no contact, no nothing, bro. So I'm thinking like, all right, she might still like want to get back with me, yada yada yada. And then one day, I'm chilling in my dad's house in my room, and I just get a DM on IG, and it says a long ass paragraph from her, basically saying we break up. And I'm just, worst feeling I ever had in my fucking life, besides one thing. Well, one of the worst feelings I ever had in my life. And then I later found out from the only dude who was my friend throughout like my whole journey of being like doing all this shit, the only dude, Dylan Harden, the motherfucking legend himself, the only dude who stuck with me through all this shit. Literally, like people, a lot of like the faculty and stuff, because of the way I used to act, would tell him like, don't be Caston's friend, you're gonna go down a bad path, he's going to prison, yada yada yada. Like I was doing bad things, dude. Like it's not even like I was just blowing up on teachers, I was doing like bad things that I'm not gonna discuss on YouTube. But like, yeah, so this dude was the only dude who really stuck through me throughout my journey, and who is still with me to this day. Like that dude's my ride or die, bro. And you know, try to find somebody like that, man. Like really, bro, somebody who really like could see the greater in you, bro. That dude knew that I had something in me, bro. He was the only dude that believed in me. But he was also the dude that told me Haley and Dakota got together. Okay? He was the first dude that told me that, like, confirmed that shit for me. Pulled up to my crib after we'd really only been friends for like 3 months. And I went to high school with him, bro, but I never talked to him until like the very end. So I like freaked out, dude. This dude saw me have a whole fucking panic attack, freaking the fuck out, dude. Like trying to kill myself. And I was like, yeah, if they ever got together, I would always kill myself, yada yada yada. Freaking out in front of bro. Dude was calming me down, like great friend, bro. Still talk to that dude. Still best friend to this day, bro. And you know, that shit was really like the breaking point. Like when I realized that I wasn't the man that girl wanted, and I realized that, and not only did I realize I wasn't the man that she wanted, but I realized that my best friend, the same dude I called a brother, the same dude I told him I would take a bullet for, didn't even respect me. Dude had no respect for me whatsoever. Clearly, or why would he have done that? Okay? And lied through his teeth the whole time. Our whole friendship. It's crazy, bro. Look at me now, though, dog. Look at me now. Anyways, I'm glad that shit happened. And also, not only did my best friend not have respect for me, I had no respect for myself. Deep down inside, not only did I have no self-respect, but I had no self-love. So how did I transform this? I transformed this by taking change and implementing that into discipline. So what change happened in my life? So, we know about the law of cause and effect. So this greater cause, so this all happened for a reason. The girl broke up with me for this reason, right? Okay, so I was doing bad things I shouldn't have been doing. So she broke up with me. Well, I was friends with this dude, so this dude would betray me. So when this dude betrays me, after that shit gives me the motivation to get hurt. Well, holy shit, the cause of me being lazy and being on TikTok after the fucking breakup ended up leaving me with the motivation because of a video on TikTok to get up and go on my first ever run. So you gotta take change. It's turning into discipline, bro. Like, I don't even know if that makes sense, but let it make sense. Make it make sense. Change is gonna be discipline, not motivation. Like, discipline, not motivation. Two different things, bro. I can feel motivated one day to like go on a run at 4 a.m. But theoretically, are you gonna feel motivated every day to keep doing that? No, you're not. You're gonna need discipline. Did Mike Tyson become the best boxer in the world because of motivation? No, he became that through discipline. Did David Goggins become a world-renowned name and like just a fucking American badass, bro, because he had motivation? No, it's because this man had discipline, bro. So transform your change in your life into discipline. And this is what I did. I had to build discipline first off. So first, build discipline. Whether that be through going to the gym, okay? Whether that be on waking up early, whether that be on doing your work in advance for school, whether that be on taking notes for random things, like doing manifesting shit, bro. Like, you know, build discipline in multiple different aspects in your life. Build discipline financially, build discipline emotionally, build discipline spiritually, where you're reading your Bible, doing things like that. Build discipline even like socially, bro. Like, okay, maybe I should be doing this instead of going out. Or, damn, like, even discipline, like, there's a lot of like different areas. Every aspect in your life, break it down. Now try to build discipline in every aspect of your life. Okay? Rewire your mind. Just how I was going on earlier about, okay, people think of me this way, so I start having those self-reflections. Okay, if you rewire your brain, any way you envision yourself and any way you think of, that's what you're gonna see, that's what you're gonna be. If I think, when I used to go to the gym, I would always think, I'm gonna have veins, I'm gonna have abs, things like that. And I rewired my mind to where I got those things. Now, did I just think that and boom, I got those things? Fuck no. That goes along with the building discipline. That's why I put building discipline first. Okay? Because you gotta build discipline to rewire your mind. Or at least, I mean, you don't necessarily have to build discipline to rewire your mind, but if you want to rewire your mind and you want it to work, you have to build discipline. So, just let that sink in. Gym and diet are also going to be very important for just discipline in general. I've mentioned that really goes along with building discipline, but like gym and the diet are going to be a big part of change, like in transforming yourself. Like if you want to transform yourself like fully, okay, you can like transform financially, you can transform emotionally and mentally, which is insane. But transforming physically is everybody's going to notice. And not only when you transform physically, it's scientifically proven it's going to help you improve mentally too. But physically is just going to change everything. It's going to change your health. It's going to change the way people look at you. It's going to change the way you perceive yourself, your confidence, your self-esteem, even some of your mannerisms, your relationships. Like, it's going to affect everything. The gym, and especially bodybuilding, teaches you a certain type of discipline that I would like to think nothing else really can. I mean, I'm sure, and same thing with like different areas. Like, for the example, something I would never do, like personally, because I just couldn't do it probably, to be real. It's not for me. The Marines, dude, like that shit is gonna, build some crazy discipline. So if that's up your alley, bro, join. Like, even if it's in the back of your mind, like, dang, bro, I'm not saying go army or nothing, but like, dude, if you really want to be a badass motherfucker, dude, like, go do some shit, bro. Like, change your life. The only person who's holding you back is yourself. Like, if you want to be an astronaut, dude, go do it. If you want to be the next badass fucking Navy SEAL, bro, go do it. If you want to be the next fucking Joe Rogan, bro, go do it, bro. Next John Jones, just go do it. Because generally, the only person who ever stopped you from achieving any of those goals is your self-doubt and yourself and your lack of discipline and consistency. And me, myself, even, got to work on those things. So that's what I'm doing right now, bro. We got to take these steps, and I want to take it together with you guys. We're transforming together. Yes, I've transformed physically, but there's still other aspects where we can all transform. Even the best of the best, there's always things to improve on. We're always trying to become the best version of ourselves, you guys. So, after you transform, what is your life going to look like? So for me, just in the last year and a half, a lot's changed. I went from being quote unquote, like I said earlier, a weird kid, guy nobody liked in high school. Never thought I would ever go to college. I was overweight. I had nothing, bro, like I said. But now I'm going to college, which I never thought I would be in. I got a 3.3 GPA last semester. High school, I had 2.2, I think I graduated with. So I'm doing pretty good. I've lost over 100 pounds in the last 2 years. Did that shit low key all in 6 months though. But now I never thought I would ever be in college, let alone a freaking fraternity, dude. First semester freshman, bro. Already hold a top 5 position in my fraternity, holding leadership roles. I have confidence now. I can talk to people. I'm not scared to talk to people. Anybody. I'm not scared. I don't get nervous anymore. Things of that nature. I feel like I built discipline in areas of my life. There's definitely areas where I could build more of, but I would like to think compared to me a year and a half ago, I am insanely disciplined compared to how I was. Insanely. And the mindset I have and the mindset shift is just a complete 360. It's a dramatical change. It's completely different. Not only am I a completely different person physically now, not only do I look better and feel better, but I think better. My thoughts are so much better. I genuinely want to help the world, bro. Like, the whole reason I make these videos is not for me. It's like, bro, there's kids out there. There's somebody who watched this to the end even, who is out there, who is just like me, bro, who might not know what to do. And if I could provide them some type of guidance to help them get out of that sinkhole, bro, I'm going to do that. Even if I just get 2 fucking views, I don't care. If those 2 people needed to hear my message, then that's what God had in store for that. So, but at the end of the day, my life now, if you knew me a year and a half, 2 years ago, you wouldn't recognize me. Like, literally, there was some girl who went to my high school class, and I was like, hey, do you remember me? And she genuinely did not know who the fuck I was. Or another example is, I had a tutor up here, and it was a Spanish tutor, and I said, Me llamo Caston Smith de soy. I forgot how to say that shit in Spanish. I don't want to look stupid. What am I fucking doing? But I said I'm from Boonville, and she was like, oh, you're from Boonville? I'm from Boonville too. And I was like, yeah. She was like, what year did you graduate? And I was like, 24. And she was like, me too. And she was like, I don't recognize you though. I don't remember you. And then I showed her a picture of old me, bro, and she knew who I was. So it's just like shit like that. People like, I'm not just saying that for like some corny shit in that video, bro. Like, that's some dead ass real shit. People don't even recognize me now, bro. So, if you want to change your self-image and you want to change the way people look on you, it's going to take discipline. And the best thing to do after discipline is rewire the way you think of yourself. So envision yourself and where you want to be. Envision yourself already having these things. Almost use the law of attraction, but not only just use this. Be realistic with yourself, bro. You have to lock in with this shit. You got to do this. You got to work hard. You've got to do it. But always know that you can do anything with your mind. And this is the key. This is the key to success. This is the third eye. If you see it here, and you put it here, and you go do things, and you take action, you will do it. Anything in this life is possible through discipline, through Christ and discipline, okay? And yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You are the only thing that will ever hold you back. And that's how life will be until you change it. It's been Caston Smith. I love all y'all.